Today we're learning the halacha of when you remove your talis gadol, whether you need to do something or you need to go to Beis HaKisa. When you come back, if you say brocha or not. Ashtos the olam, the way it's known, you don't say brocha and when you put the talis, but it's not so poshut at all. So we're going to go through this. Especially, I'm referring to two specific questions, which is one is on Yom Kippur. It depends on the shul you go. Many shuls have a big hafsaka between Musaf and Mincha. So sometimes it's 2-3 hours. So people wear the talis the whole day. If you come back from Mincha, you say the bracha on the talis or you don't say bracha on the talis. Also, when you go to the Friday, when you're going to go to mikveh, so if after the mikveh, if that was a hefsek for your talis cotton, well, you have to say bracha after that or not. So those two things we're going to discuss today. So the Tur originally in Siman Ches, it says like this: "V'im poshat talisoi, v'lo yodayta l'lov shom miyad." If you took it off, you didn't think when I'm going to put it back. Right now, you took it off. Says since when you took out your talis, you didn't have in mind specific time when you're going to put it back. You just took it off right now. So he says, that was already hesach chadas. You have to say bracha. But he says, but when you took it off, let's push it on the tour. If you take it down without any cheshbon when you're going to put it back, just for right now you take it off. You have to say bracha. That's a hesach chadas. That's a new levishas talis, a new bracha. But he says, but if you have it in mind, I'm going to take it off now. Immediately, I'm going to put it back. The Moshe says, "Going sheposhat oiso gedel likonas lebes hakisa." You want to go to the bathroom, you took it off. B'zeh oimer b'zeh ani mistapek. The Torah says, "I have a stopek whether you say bracha or not." Why? Sheshponim lekan to lekan. You could argue both ways. Dikela meimer kivan dielfinen kol haTorah mit teffillin. We're learning kol haTorah kula huksha teffillin, and by the teffillin the halacha, any time if the teffillin was removed from your head, mamash removed a lot, and you put it back, you have to say bracha. Yeah. Over here also, you not just removed on your head somewhere, you took it off completely, so you have to say bracha. That's another side to argue. We're talking about by the tefillin, when it's completely removed, you say bracha, when it was moved on your head, especially those days, they used them the whole day. Possibly that's when you were doing something busy and the tefillin moved completely to the edge of your head, not the right place. So over there it was hesach chadas, you didn't even know it was moved. When you check, you put it back, you say bracha. Masha Henken over here, he says, if you moved yourself your tefillin to put them in the right place, you never had hesach hadas. You just moved them or you removed them, put them back. They don't say bracha. Maybe over here also, since you didn't have hesach hadas, you had in mind, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'll put it back. Maybe you don't have bracha. So the Lamai says he has a sobek. He concludes like this. He says, the meaning that the second opinion, probably you don't have to say bracha because there's no hesach hadas. Okay, so that's according to this, which is the way we look at the two right now. So by Yom Kippur, when there's again, the shul they have a big afsaka, 2-3 hours between Musaf and Mincha. When you come back from Mincha, you put the talis back. It wasn't on you, let's say, for 2-3 hours. The choyer, especially if you go to sleep in between, it's a big esach hadas. The choyer, even according to the tour, you should say bracha. Okay. Now, l'maisa la'alocha, there's a big argument mainly between Beis Yosef and the Bach. They go to mamash to, in a way, the two extremes. And interesting, this halacha. Nobody really halacha l'maisa follows the Beis Yosef, including many Sephardic poskim who sides with the Beis Yosef as the Levush, the Talmud of the Ramon, and the Gra, and most of the Achroinim they disagree. And the Ben Ish Chai says over here, we since it's subject brachas, you could argue on this halacha. L'hokel he says even against the Beis Yosef. He says that l'maisa. Okay, so what did the opinion of the Beis Yosef? Here's the Beis Yosef. It says like this. Aval any of that says the Beis Yosef ma olo al daitel is tapik v'kach. What we call the topic? He says the chora according to it's a portion. Why? The behedam in the perekul v'arova masechah sukkah who says the rova v'magdim v'koi v'aylu v'sakisa v'nofik u'mashi yadom manach tefillin u'mavarech. Rova, if you took over the tefillin to go to v'sakisa, when he came back, he put the tefillin. He said bracha. וחיצח זמן האחריסה אייל לבס הכיסא ונופיק ומשהו מנחתים מבורך ומשמע ועדה שהיום מניח תפילין כל היום the Rava used to put like those days they put tefillin the whole day וכשמאסיר אויסם גדלגל לבס הכיסא ועדה על דס לחזר ולהניחו מיד כשיוצא. If you're learning from tefillin, by tefillin he also had in mind to come back. So אפילו אחרי מבורך בוא הדין לציטוס he said וכן כוסוף בשיבוי להלקת. So he says the Beis Yosef he relies on the שיבוי להלקת וזה ציטוס אבא גב דלא אשיכם דמיצר בזך הדס מבורך על כל זמן שמסעטב כדמנו בפרק התחלס מעובדה דרביו עד כאן לשון. According to שיבוי להלקת, that's what the Beis Yosef follows. Same thing by tefillin. When you took it off to go to Beis HaKisa, even though you know I'm going to put it back right back, because the whole day they used to wear tefillin. Rava said bracha. Something that sits. If you went to Beis HaKisa, you took it off, you have to say bracha. Then he brings another opinion of the Ma'aril. So Lemaisa is like this. like this. I'm going to go to the end of Bes Yosef. If you take off your talis for whatever reason, even you want to put it back, it's called already a new levisha. You're going to say bracha. That's the opinion of, like I said, it's very, very extreme. Too many people have a lot over there different opinions, but he says you have to say bracha, and that's what he passes in Shulchan Aruch in Ches Halacha Shiur. Dalet v'im posha talisay. Afilo yadayta lachzav v'lisatev v'miyad tzorich levarach sheyachzor lisatev boy. That's the opinion of the Mechaber. The Bach very much disagrees with him, and he says like this. It says, "Ze poshu de kemen de loydaite lov shoyt azol le brocher rishoynom, ba afilo nishar lov talis koton. Du kshoyt lov shoyt levar kmo sheyov b'siyad deshmaya." So it's like this. When you didn't know the first opinion of the tour, it goes to the tour over here. When you didn't know when you're going to put it back, you have to say bracha. Even you have talis cotton. We're going to see what the talis cotton comes over here, because some say there's enough community that the Ramo goes in the middle. If you had talis cotton and you took the talis godol, since there's no hesach hadas, because you still think of the talis, you have talis cotton on you when you go to Vesakisa. So it's not like tefillin. Tefillin, you have nothing. The whole tefillin is off. Talis cotton is there, so that's a shtickle, like continuation of the talis, no hesach hadas. So it says over here, the Bach says even you have talis cotton on. If you didn't know when you're going to put it back, you took it off, or like B'maisa would say by Yom Kippur, you know it's going to be 2-3 hours. You might forget about your. Maybe over there. Maybe I'm not saying it for sure. We'll see. So you l'chayre would say bracha over there. He said like this. Then he goes with what the Bes Yosef says, which from Beila Lekes. So and he goes like this. He says like this. V'shore lemore. Hashem should forgive him. He says on the Bes Yosef, the Bach. He says the betfilim davka besakisa hefse gomur by the tefillin. Why? He says, even though you think I'm going to put it right back, you can't go to Besakisa with a tefillin. So there it's a hefsek. Since you could not go to Besakisa with tefillin, it's a hefsek. Mashenk and by talis it says, Aval tzitzit the Rasha likanas bem lebesakisa lava hefsek. By tzitzit habitzat ikar adin you could go with talis gold to Besakisa. The minhag says not to do it. Since the talis gold is mainly for davening, it's not roy, it's not appropriate to go something you use for davening to Besakisa. Something that Ramo brings the gaba the kittel on Yom Kippur. Since the kittel on Yom Kippur we use specifically for davening, so it's not appropriate to go to Besakisa with the kittel. So take it off. So since over there, the tzitzis could go to Al Pi Halacha to the Besakisa. It's not a hefsek, he says. Yeah. So according to this, according to the Bach, the Besakisa is not a hefsek. If you have in mind to put back the talis, is not a hefsek. And like I said, the Ramo adds this inyan. V'yesh omrim she'en, again the Mechaber Paskin you have to say bracha. The Bach says you don't, and the Ramo says v'yesh omrim she'en mevorchim le'dat ha'achzav lisatev boy. That's already like the Bach. If you had in mind to put it, you know, when you're going to put it back soon, you don't have to say it. V'yesh omrim the davkek shines talis cotton olav. Lachin agin. The Ramo is in the middle of here between the Bes Yosef and the Bach. According to the Bach, you're never going to say bracha on talis godel when you take it off. And you know I'm going to come back in 5 minutes and 10 minutes and a half hour after Besakisa, after what I'm doing. Since you had in mind, it's no hesach hadas, you're not going to say bracha. The Mechaber said it's a bracha, even you put back immediately. It's hesach hadas. Now, the Ramo goes in the middle. If you have talis cotton, then you don't say bracha. It's not hesach hadas. If you don't have talis cotton, it's hesach hadas, you're going to say bracha. However, like I said, on this halacha, the most disagree with the Mechaber and with the Ramo. They say there's nothing to do with talis cotton. It depends. It's to do with hesach hadas. If you had in mind to put it back, you're not going to say. Now, so that's what the Mogen Avram says. The Mogen Avram, first of all, I'm going to say the halacha. In halacha, divrei habach iker v'chen kosav v'darchei Moshe. Over there, the Darchei Moshe was written before the Bach. Saying over there by the Torah, Darchei Moshe was siding with the opinion, that same opinion of the Bach. Over here, he goes with that opinion in the middle, if you have talis cotton or not. Lamaisa, the Mogen Avram and many poskim, the paskin like the Bach, that if you had in mind to put back your talis, it's no hesach hadas, you don't say bracha. Now, he asked a very strong kasha, the Mogen Avram, on the Bes Yosef. He says, Torah Chiyud. He says, but the Bes Yosef himself, in the Hilchas Sukkah Rod, from the name of the Maggid Mishnah, the miyotzum in a sukkah, adaita lachzor miyad, if you were sitting in a sukkah, he says, bracha leisha b'sukkah, and you got out of the sukkah in order to come back, you know when you're coming back, there's no hesach hadas, and tzorich levarech. U'maish na'ocha the tzorich. The Gemara over there learns tefillin, sukkah mit tefillin. The learning that they're equal. The halachas, if there's no hesach hadas bas sukkah, with no hesach hadas by tefillin, so by tzitzis. If you have in mind to come back to wood, why have to say bracha? He says, "Be'emes das acharonim keramo." Over here, the Mogen Avram says it's like the Ramo. V'im shino mekom bentina bentayim lo hava hefsek kivan shechod uvash ois talis atzmai. בכל מקום, nearly. אם לא יהיה בדעת ללוף שהוא מיד צריך לבורש, כמו שכזו גבי סוכר וכך הוא בטור. Anyway, it's like this. So, לכוירה, the Magen Avraham Avinu Paskin like the Ramo. However, the Elia Rabbo, he brings many poskim that it goes further, like the Ramo, at least, or even further, like the Bach. It's nothing to do with the talis. That's the conclusion that Elia Rabbo says. B'daita lachzor v'lilbosh miyad, and so levorach af she'en alav talis koten. That's like the Bach. He says, u'be'en daita lachzor v'lish l'olam tzorich levorach. If you took it off without knowing when I'm going to put it back, then for sure you have to say brocha back. Yeah. Ach, beposhat stam. Svira l'lechalak b'nei shalav talis koten olav. But the talis koten of the Ramo comes over here. If I took it out and I didn't think much when I'm going to put it back, meaning not that I'm not going to put it. I didn't know what I'm going to put. By Yom Kippur, I'll ask to put it back over there. We're going to see. Yom Kippur is a little bit different. If you have talis koten, he says, then if you took it off, you're not sure how long you're going to come back. If you talis koten, it's not that's a chadas. V'chen yiradas abach. Get v'chen adin betfillin. Now betfillin again. It's if you took it off, put it back. You don't have to say brocha. If there's no chadas like this. Only if you went to Beis HaKiseh, that would be. If you went to Beis HaKiseh, that would be Hesach Hadas, because in Beis HaKiseh you cannot wear tefillin. Memela over there it's also. Now the Gabe the mikveh. I'm going to say the Gabe the mikveh. The Gabe the mikveh. The Kafachayim brings from Arizal. So the Gabe the mikveh says like this. The Arizal used to say brach after the mikveh. Here. Who adin betalis koten. In Poishtol, you can't let Tvila. We're talking about the talis cotton. You took it to go to the mikveh. Lo yivorach shalom shreit tzertzim mishom savek brochas lokal. Lava gav the mefurish b'sefer hakavonas. The Rabbeinu Arizal. Oh, you menogel yivorach al talis cotton achar Tvila. That's a very important rule he brings over here. I have to check. The Mekubalim, anyway, they follow this. When we say, the Ben Ish Chai said so, when he says savek brochas lokal, even against the Bes Yosef, he says that's only the Gabe Yosef. It says the Gabe Harizal, he says, then oimrim savek brochas lohokel kneged Rabbeinu Arizal. That's how the Mekubalim hold. If Rabbeinu Arizal said something, there's no, you're going to say some machlokes, we're going to go, so, no, we'll follow the Arizal. Mikol mokem, yesh loimar, still, even though Arizal is a brocha and the talis after the tefillah, yesh loimar, shana Rabbeinu Arizal, show him misake b'tefillah, voice of kavonas arbe, v'nasa hesech hadas tvei, v'him it's b'mor hesech hadas. V'ashenken, v'yadi says, me, poishtuk, the gel mercha, the shoyshama, yeah, harbe yesh levorach. So if you go in and out of the mikveh, there's no hesech hadas, you're not going to say brocha. However, that's from the Ben Ish Chai, he brings all this. But, if you take, some people don't do big kamos in the mikveh, but the shmuz allowed in the mikveh, depends which mikveh goes. Some mikvehs even in New York has a schwitz room. That's already a long mice over there. The Friday is the day of relaxing in the mikveh. Then you might have to say brocha. Many people don't do it. Okay, so legabe now, legabe Yom Kippur. Here is what legabe Yom Kippur depends on the hafsokeh. Here is what and then footnote on the Shulchan Aruch Harav. It says like this. He brings over here the Gabe teffillin. When you don't go to the Beis HaKiseh, when you don't have to say bracha, when you had in mind to put it back, he says at the base of Gimel Shoes. If you had in mind, I'm going to put back in 2-3 hours. The Gabe teffillin is not hesech hadas. Mashma more than that, it's hesech hadas. Now the Gabe sukkah, the Alter Rebbe writes shows time. If you have in mind to come back, it's not the hefsek. So l'choyre by tzitzis talis, if Yom Kippur, if Taket some shuls they finish early Musaf, earlier than others, and mincha they have 2-3 hours of hafsokeh, they might have to say bracha. They might have said, so the what to do to Akalamai said. So here is the eitzah what the Mishnah Brura brings. The Mishnah Brura brings the eitzah. He says like this: when you say bracha in the morning, whether you say bracha talis cotton, whether you say antalis godel and moiti the talis cotton, she had in mind, if I go to mikveh today, I'm not going to be, the bracha, I'm mechaman to be moitzi only till I go to the mikveh. When I go out, the bracha doesn't cover it. So the Mishnah, according to Mishnah Brura, the Maisa comes out. If you go to mikveh, and you had in mind in the morning, my bracha and the Satav Vatzitzis that moitzi the talis cotton, or you said al mitzvah tzitzis on the talis cotton, it's only till I go to the mikveh. After that, my bracha is not chal. It's still then. So when you go out of the mikveh, according to Mishnah Berurah, you're going to say bracha al mitzvah tzitzis. You're going to say bracha on it. Okay, so just one more nakuda from the Kaf HaChaim. People should not think it's machlekes Ashkenazim and Sfardim. According to Kula Alma Ashkenazim and Sfardim, they have to. They're not going to say bracha when you take off the talis to go to the bathroom, or when you're coming back right away. There's no bracha. It says like this. From the Ben Ish Chai, the Avagav, the Moran Zal Tzvirele refers to the Bes Yosef Levorech, Kaimel and the Sovarach is local. I feel negus for us Moran. So the Mele, Lamait say, taking off the talis, going to the bathroom when I'm coming back. You don't say bracha, and the talis tefillin you would say if you go to the bathroom. And the Gabbai, when you have a hefsek godel, like by Yom Kippur, or going to the mikveh, it's become problematic. So the best thing to do, the eights of the Mishnah Berurah, my bracha chal till after Musaf of Yom Kippur. After that, when I take it off, it's going to be a new, especially with 2-3 hours hefsek, could be already hesek chadas. Same thing with the mikveh. That's yeah, okay.